Okay, you're welcome, members. Today we're going to study firm foundation for success. Belief is a driving force for success. And we all work and live by belief. Sometimes we are conscious about our belief, and most of the time we are not. Generally, we can say very important beliefs in our life can be looked at from two perspectives. If we bring in religious terms, we call one belief in the heaven in us, and the other belief in the heaven, geographical heaven outside us. The one that we believe in, or the one that is prominent in our life, determines how far we'll go with our life. As a matter of fact, there is always a mix, depending on your background. There's always a mix of the two. Belief in external forces and belief in the forces within you. And depending on the mix, it determines how far you go in life. So if you believe in the world, in the power in you, if you have the belief of the power in you, you will have the following characters. You'll be solution oriented. You always have solution to challenges. You'll be creative. You can face challenges. Usually people who are leaders are people who have that belief. They are inward oriented. They look inwards for a solution to their problem. That is leadership. They are leaders in almost all the cases. It is easy for them to develop the character of compassion. If you're inner oriented, there are usually people you see that are absolutely conscious, courageous in solving problems. They achieve more, and they are more tolerant, and they are cooperative with others. While things usually, if you walk with the universal law of polarity, everything in this universe comes in pairs, comes in twins. When we have people who are inner, who look for their strength from inside themselves, we still have people who look for strength outside themselves. And then if you have that tendency, you look for solutions of your problem. You have sourced the source of your challenges. You have sourced the solution to your challenges from outside. Or if it is more predominant, most of the time you look at it, you have the character of complaining. You complain much. You always have excuse for anything. You always provide excuse for not doing something or doing the other. You always blame others. You have the character of blaming others. If you are outside oriented, if your belief is rooted in heaven that is geographical, that is outside you, you always, you can use it to test people. When you see people who believe so much in the heaven they're going to go after here, and they're always trying to blame people, they complain a lot, they always find fault with people, and they achieve less. So they achieve less in any endeavor they are doing. They procrastinate a lot. They are always afraid. It's a foundation of fear. It's a foundation of fear. So these are some of the things. I think Nzobi, maybe you can come and draw this small part, this graph for us, so that you can. This graph with belief. You can use it here. So that's the yes. So that the line, straight line, shows direct proportionality. If your belief is in the heaven within, this time, it can be time or can be, level of belief. Yeah. This is a level of belief. As the level of belief increases, belief in the heaven within increases, that's the way your success increases. Inside, yes. So it's this graph, graphically expresses what we're talking about. We have the two beliefs. One is you believe in yourself. The other one is that you believe that there is a power outside. So when you believe in yourself, as you're going down at zero is when at this level there are some mix, but at zero is the other belief. When you begin to go this way, the minus, which means you're believing in the power outside you. But as you believe the belief in yourself increases, so is your success. We'll be doing with time with other parameters. So that's what I want us to know. So if we understand this, one of the problems we have in life will be solved. One of the challenges we have in life is this thing, depending on the background that we have. If you have a background where, that's why the Igbo man, because the background they have before the advent of the white man is the background of believing themselves. The Igbo man, crafts his gods, and he says that if anybody believes, his gods believe. So he's the driver of the gods. He's the person that directs the gods on what to do. It is not the gods that ask him what to do. So this is exactly what it is before the advent of the white man and his religion. So this is a foundation. This lesson is going to be on foundation, but it's going to be a wide and long time. We're going to, have a lot of videos about it, teach ourselves about it. But it's for you to determine your belief and make your believe in the heaven inside. There are 5 key areas you need to build and train yourself on and be clear on. Those 5 areas, we can use models like the Philosopher's Stone. The models of Philosopher's Stone, the work of David Hawkins on levels of consciousness. When we understand these things, we understand Hermetic principles. Then we understand the mind and these faculties. It will help us, and the body and these 5 senses. It will help us to know and situate ourselves very well in these 2 types of beliefs. The Philosopher's Stone is some of us, when you look into the books, you will see Philosopher's Stone as some people will go and get stone, but it's a model. It's a model, a mystic model. It's a model that describes the relationship, our relationship with the nothingness, with what we don't understand that gave rise to us. It describes our relationship, and when you understand that relationship, it will help to strengthen your belief in yourself. So it's a model. It helps to describe, like I said, it helps to describe the unknown, the relationship between the unknown and the known. That is what the Philosopher's Stone is all about. When you look at the books, sometimes you see them drawing stone. And some people, they felt that in the olden days, the alchemists used to use that Philosopher's Stone to turn iron to gold, to silver, all those things. They are not. It is a model. It's a model of looking at the world. It's a way. It's something, a form that can help you to see the world better as it is.
A metaphor.
Yes. So I want you can draw this one again for us so that we'll look at it. Draw this little thing. You start by drawing the circle first. It's the philosopher's stone. That is the description of the philosopher's stone. Then you draw the triangle first. The triangle. Then draw the rectangle or square that is in there. Then draw another circle. So now, the circle, the bigger circle, is like is where we're coming from, what we don't know. They can call it the universe, you can call it God, you can call it Allah or anything at all. It is where the world started. That is the circle. Now this circle, in giving life to us, that nothingness, that thing we don't know, was reduced to three principles. The principles of the soul, the mind, and the body. And further, we have 4 elements. After it, we have 4 elements. The 4 elements is fire, air, water, and the earth. So when the fire and earth and air relate with that thing where we don't know, it gives intuition. It gives intuition. Put here intuition. It gives intuition. And when the air and water relate, we have thoughts. When the water and earth relate, we have feelings. And then there's a space. This is a circle. It gives us the cyclic life that we have on earth. The cyclic life. Life starts from here, reduced to 3 principles. That's why they talk about Trinity, all those things everywhere. 3 principles. The principle of the soul. The soul is what brings into this our own third dimension. It brings the universal essence. It brings the universal essence to is a self-actuating principle. It is the word that brings all what the world is all about to us. And that is interpreted by the mind and then translated into reality, the body. Are you following? Yes. Now, you see, the thing moves like this, moves from anything you want to do, whatever you want to do, has to do with, we start with intuition, and then you chew it with thoughts and feeling before it will give us reality. It becomes the body. But usually in everything there is a space. When you have achieved something, another cycle starts up again. It is that space. Anything you achieve, anything you want to achieve in this world starts with this. There is usually an intuition, a message that comes from the universe. That message passes through these stages. When it comes to reality, then that message too can serve as an input that will still keep going. That's why the world is improving every day, or going any other way we want, whether we call it improvement or not. That is a little description about the philosopher's stone. The philosopher's stone has the basic and primary ingredients that we need to create anything we want in this world. When you understand these things, you understand how it functions. You see that it starts with this circle, and then what continues with what? circle. When you come to another, it's a circling thing. It's continuing to go on. Then the second one, I just want us to touch it. These are the things we are going to be studying from time to time. It will help us. The second level is what Dr. David Hawkins studied. He spent a lot of time and effort to study and identified what he called levels of consciousness. The levels of consciousness starts from shame to the highest level of enlightenment. The enlightenment is at the level, the mind of God. So everybody that is born, I think when you study it, when you go to you can find it out. Levels of consciousness. This place is enlightenment. How do we spell enlightenment? Okay, enlightenment, something, I don't know. Just like that, we have other ones, we have love, we have a lot of things, but at the base is shame. So everybody at birth, as you're coming out from the womb of your mom, you're coming out with a total package of the enlightenment of God, of the universe. And then when you come in, you meet the environment. It's an environment that actually begins either to reduce it or to take you up. So we need to understand this is one of the pillars of our belief that we need to know. Because sometimes we get confused. This boy is just born and he just dies. What happened? It may not be his fault. He has come with complete information that will make him succeed. But in relating with the environment, primarily which are maybe his parents, his family environment, his community environment, his schools, his peer group, they will determine how far, whether he will still be at the enlightenment level or reduced to shame level or anger, just like that, as David Hawkins has stated it. And usually, what David Hawkins even found out that if we have one person in this world now that is existing at the level of love, there will be peace, there will be love, there won't be war. That person, his electromagnetic force will bring peace and love all around the world. You know, so those are one of the things I think we should know. One of the pillars. That's the third one. The second one. The third one is we need to know very well and study. The third one is the Hermetic principles. Hermetic principle, or we'll call it universal law. You can call it universal law, right? Universal laws. There are basic universal laws. There are about 7 of them. The first one is what? Do you remember? The first one is law of polarity. Mentalism. Okay. Mentalism. When you look at the philosopher's stone that we talked about, what it was talking about mentalism. Okay. That everything, you see, as a matter of fact, it is with this third dimension reality, material things like this seem to matter to us. But in real terms, they are illusion. They are actual reflection of what is going on inside us. Do you understand? So everything is created first in your mind before it goes to the creation starts from your mind. It starts with an intuition goes to thoughts goes to feelings, and then it comes to concrete reality. The second of the law is the law of correspondence. Correspondence. The law of correspondence talks about as above. So below. As above, so below. Sorry. As above, so below. Jesus talked about it too. Talked about what is happening in your mind is what you realize in your world, in your physical world. So what you realize, if you want to see what is happening in your mind, look at what you have. Is an expression of what is in your mind. You can never have there can never be one thing in your mind and another thing in your world. It's not possible. Sometimes people can say, after all, I want to be president of the United States and I'm here. And then when you take your mind very well, you have not fully, get it to be formed in your mind. If it's formed properly in your mind, you'll become whatever you want, because it's a law. So the third one is the law of vibration. Law of vibration. The law of vibration. So we need to know, these are the things we need to know. The law of vibration is the fact that everything is vibrating. Everything has a level of vibration. Do you know that the earth, this earth we are standing on, that is like everywhere is calm, is vibrating seriously and moving with a speed of about 27 kilometers per second. That is a movement of the per second. Yes. Do you understand that? But we don't feel it. Everything is vibrating, everything is in motion. So we need to know, when we know these things. And the fourth one is the law of polarity. Like, we mentioned the law of polarity here before. Yeah. The law of polarity. The law of polarity. As a matter of fact, at this level, we don't even see anything existing on itself. Good always is with bad. That thing we think is good has the same level and properties of what we think is bad. Light and darkness are the same. Do you understand? They're different levels of light. Because darkness is absence of light. They are just the same. Heat and cold, or hot and cold are the same.
They balance each other.
They are the same, but they occupy different space in the scale of whether there is heat there or no heat. So everything exists in polarity. That's why we're talking about belief in yourself, belief in the fact that there is heaven in you, that the heaven that operates you is in you, and belief that there is heaven outside. They come in pairs. So the ones that you hold more determines how far you go with yourself. So the other one is the law of reading. The law of reading. I think the law of reading. I think we know what we call the pendulum. What we did the pendulum. Yeah. So, and then when you look at the waves, it's like that. Life is usually not straight line. It's not linear. It goes up and down. Sometimes there is love, there is hate, like that. Sometimes there is success, there is failure, Life goes in rhythmic form. That is one of the I think is the fifth of the Hermetic principle. The other one is the law of cause and effect. We know that one. That one is the one that we know. Cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. Cause and effects. That for every thing that happens, there is a cause. For every effect you have, there is a cause. So if you have that mentality that for every effect, you wake up in the morning and then you are feeling very weak, tired, you are feeling feverish, you should be able to look around. If you look around very well, you can locate the cause. Do you understand? But if you don't know these things, you may not know what you have done that has led to it. Then you want to go and begin to manufacture certain things. So for every cause, there is an effect, and for every effect, look around. You see the cause. That's the way this life is. So the last one is the last of the laws is what we call the law of gender. The law of gender. The law of gender talks about the feminine and the masculine principle of life existing in everything. To check yourself, you see that the hormones women have, you have. The hormones men have, women have. So that's the way this is. So understanding universal laws or Hermetic principles is a basic ingredient that will help you to form your belief very well, so that you don't move, you don't vacillate. You are not become white today, tomorrow you become black. So that you can become firm. You have building a firm foundation for success. You have to build your first one. You have to know these areas we are talking about. Remember, first is you have to understand the philosopher's stone. When you understand the philosopher's stone, and it helps you to understand our relationship with the unknown. When you understand it, then nobody will come and tell you something that does not agree with it. You become a stable and strong person. Build a stable, firm personality. So the other one that we need to study, another thing we need to know is the mind. We need to understand. You know that in this drawing that you made, that drawing, if you take out this one, you have the soul, you have the mind, you have the body. The body can be this house, the body can be the vehicle you're driving, the body can be anything. You know? When you have the information, you receive the information, the soul. That information is chewed by the mind, and then it will give this result. So for you to always know how to get what you want from the soul and express it in the body in the effect or reality. This one is effect or reality. Reality. For you to always go, if you say the soul is the cause, and this is the effect, it means that here is what? The factor. Yeah. You can call this place where the process goes on, or you can call it factor. Processing. And call it factor. Let's call it factor. Factor is where it is converted. What is in the soul is converted to reality. So this mind, that's why you need to understand the mind. The mind is playing a very serious role in our lives. It occupies a very important role. What does it do? It receives information. It receives information from the soul. Receives information from the soul and converts that information to reality. Do you understand? And what gives you that ability? The mind has the faculties. We have how many faculties in the mind? About 6 major faculties. You have the faculty of perception. Yeah. Faculty of what? Perception. You have the faculty of reason. You have faculty of intuition. I think we are moving.
Yes.
We have faculty of maybe memory, right? Okay, memory. We have the faculty of imagination. Imagination. Faculty of which other faculty? What's the other faculty? Will. These are all faculties of the faculty of the will. These are the faculties that are like departments in the mind that will help process the information from the soul, and then convert it to the body. So it is important, and these are things you will need to study and know. So when you know it, somebody is coming to tell you nonsense, you know that this person is talking nonsense. Do you understand it? You know it will give you, when you know some of these things, it will give you, make you have power. Because power is knowledge. When you have knowledge about how this world is all about, somebody is talking about something, you say, go and rest. So the mind, you see what the mind occupies a very important position. But for the body too, that's the next one we're going to do. We're going to look at. So the next is the body. The body is the body and its 5 senses. So the 5 senses of the body, remember the 5 senses of the body?
Yeah.
What are the senses?
Sight.
Okay, sight.
Feeling.
Feelings, okay.
Taste.
Taste.
Smell.
Smell.
Smell. Okay. Smell, I mean?
Yeah.
The last one is sound, I mean? Or hearing, I don't know. Or sound.
Yes, sound.
Sound.
This sound?
Yes. Sound.
Okay.
Yeah, senses of sound.
It's okay. So, the body has 5 senses with which it relates with the mind. It relates with the mind with its 5 senses. And then there is the mind too relates with the body with I don't know where to place that, but with the maybe with these senses it ignites some parts of the body that we call the sympathetic system and the parasympathetic system, our central nervous system. So these are the way these principles of life relate. The self-actuating, they call it self-actuating, that is self-evolving force. So sometimes you have an intuition that comes, it comes from the soul. And the soul, the mind will receive it. And when the mind receives it, it passes through this process and brings it. The body will receive it through these senses. These senses. When the body, receives it like this, it gives it form, brings it back to reality, gives it to reality. When the body receives it, it comes back to reality. That's the way it is formed. So these are the 5 foundations of our study. That when you keep following us, as you keep following us, as you keep learning these things, keep hearing from us, you will and understand these things properly, you'll be a strong person. You'll be a success in everything you're doing. You'll be a success. So there's nothing much. There's nothing much in this life if you understand these things. One of the challenges that we have in the world is that people are not properly founded. Their foundation is weak. And then people move them by emotions and feelings, by confusion. So that most of our religion all around the world, some of them do not appreciate these things. That's why you see people do things that are against what they believe, what their religious organization is teaching them. Because they are not properly founded, they don't have firm foundation for success. So if you understand these things in this our school, that's the foundation, some of the things I will teach. And we have testimonies of people who have understood them and who have put them into practice and have wonderful results in their life. As a matter of fact, success is not only about making dollars. Success is that you have your health. Success is that you provide service and leadership anytime you're called upon. Your mind is clear. Success, means having good relationship with people, understanding how to have good relationship with them, understanding, reading people and know how to work with them. These are all part of success. And that's why what we do here. So if you keep connecting with us, keep watching us in our YouTube channel, in our Facebook page, you would get yourself to this level. I don't know whether there are questions. You have questions to ask, or suggestions, or contributions, or something. You have questions?
Yes, I have a question. Let me just come to the so that you will see the face of the person asking. Okay, Your Highness, this triangle, does it mean that there is this, as this connects to this and connects to this, is it possible that this body, this aspect, can also connect to the soul?
No. Yeah, you can't connect it. You see that everything is connected.
Okay.
Everything is connected, but in the flow, like this place, you can call it space. If you check in that rectangle, where we looked at the elements, there is a space. You know, once you have achieved what the universe gave you, you've converted what the universe gave you, use your mind to convert it to this place, then that thing could still serve as something that will help you to cause a further improvement.
Okay.
Do you understand? It is maybe looking at it, you now look at it again, it gives you
an
idea on how to go higher or go lower.
Okay, so is it, so can we put an arrow here like this? And
No.
arrow like this, and here, go in this direction?
Well, you know, these things are all expression of one thing.
Okay.
These are all expression that is like a model we are trying to use this model to describe that thing we don't know. Okay. Remember that our journey started from what we don't know. Our journey started from what we don't know, that some people have called God, some people call universe, some people call Allah, some people call anything they call it. We don't know it. It's difficult. Nobody can describe it. Do you understand? Nobody can say what it is. But what we're looking at, you know, studies, people have studied and found out that you can get these things. It's a principle, it's a model that we're using to, and it gives us a little idea of who we are and where we're going. Yes.
Yeah, Your Highness,
No.
let me come in and also express my knowledge about what you have taught us.
Yes.
You have a triangle,
Yes.
the soul, the mind, and the body. And you express that the mind is the factory,
Yeah.
or the
The
processing this thing. And you told us about all that is required or that could be found in the mind over here.
Yeah.
I wish to know, is everything that the mind processes, is it everything that it processes that is sent to the body?
Okay, that's a beautiful question. That's a tricky one. But when you look at, if you look at that, the elements, here is fire, right?
Yeah.
Here is air. Here is water. Here is earth. Here we have intuition. We have thoughts here. We have feelings. Most times, why we don't get what we want, or what the universe has sent to us, is our level of processing. If we process this thing at the level of thought and leave it there, we'll not get here. You need to get this place. And the quality of success you have with all the universe has given you is directly related to the level of feelings, emotions that you bring to it. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, thanks.
So if we just you just learn that the universe, say it's going to develop Ami is going to be developed, and that's it. I say, wonderful. Nah, the thing is, that's the way it's going to be. Ami is going to develop, and then nobody follows it up, develop the feelings, and is paid attention to it. It will not come to reality. It will not come to reality. It will just fizzle out. And once the universe has released it, maybe other representations of the universe will pick it up and it will be realized some other place. Do we have any other?
Yeah, Your Highness, what I have understood here is that by the time the universe releases this and it comes to this point of thought and nobody pushes further, what it means is that it stops there.
Yeah.
And
it will just become a knowledge. It just becomes knowledge. You understand? It will become knowledge. It's not experienced. Because what will make it to become reality is feelings. That's what when we go higher into it, we understand. We have been talking about attention. You know, attention. Feelings and attention, they're almost the same. They describe the level of attention that you pay. And it is, you know, our reticular activating system that, you know, gets us to come to this level of concreteness where we talk about reality, you know, bringing the thing that we want in our body, bringing it to reality. So So that's. But I think this is an introductory. It's an introductory session. When you follow us, we'll continue to, because it's laying the foundation, getting us to know the foundation of success, foundation of our life, so that it will be in our hands. Remember what we are saying, that belief is at the core of success. Belief, and we are believing beings. God has created us believing beings. Sometimes people say, I don't believe. No, it's not true. For every level you are, you have a belief. Yes. You are in a belief. But the philosopher's stone help us to keep renewing our belief. If you understand it, you know that you keep renewing your belief. Because somehow you can just be in a belief and then you're doing acting. And then the belief of the world has overtaken you. You become what? Archaic. Because when you check out what is happening now, you see that our young people from 14, 15, 16, or even 12 self, they know the world better now than us. Yes. They know how to use their tech savvy, they know how to use these things, and they have access to a lot of information than we have.
Than us, yes.
So, one of the major principles of life is this thing. The first one is making you know that, you need to keep studying. You need to keep learning for you to always come abreast. To be updated. If not, you expire. And then it will stop. Anytime you stop, and the life will be taken from you. So thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.